Hey guys, it's WACK, and recently Jeff Kaplan just sat down with Gamespot and just had a Q&A with him where he just answered a bunch of different topics all the way from Zarya's next and up-and-coming skin, what his favorite peanut butter is, and how we have to be nicer to Hanzo mains. No. How a map editor can't be implemented into a game right away, but more importantly, what I want to talk about in this video is a single-player driven campaign. And I don't usually like to do videos based on like the Q&As that Jeff Kaplan does or just possible patch notes or stuff like that. I don't really like to do that. I like to add more like personality and ideas to my videos, but I figured this is something that we all can contribute and just add our ideas, because this is an idea that's been dabbled with a little bit and has been previously answered by Jeff Kaplan and the Overwatch team, and just numerous amounts of videos have been made on this because this would just be an awesome idea, because this is one of the few FPS games that really doesn't have a campaign. I know there's other FPS games that's really multiplayer focused, but if you just look at a game like Halo or Call of Duty, Gears, Battlefield, a lot of those first-person games usually have a campaign, and it's always story-driven, and it's usually pretty awesome. However, with Overwatch, we all know when the game shipped out, there was no in-game campaign. I mean, sure, there were comics that were story-driven, sure, there were animated shorts that kind of fulfilled that role of a story, and then soon enough, there was a PvE game mode, but when the game released, there was no single tab like these other FPS games where you can play a campaign, and there was this big, ginormous timeline of different missions that you can play. There wasn't an old Overwatch team that you can play, Young 76, Young Ana, and Reinhardt, to go and destroy Omnics, so there wasn't a mission with Roadhog and Junkrat where they could go and destroy the Omnics in the jungles of Australia. Obviously, that would be cool, but that just didn't happen with Overwatch. Now, what I would like to see is just a single mission, maybe once every month, to drive the Overwatch story even more, since apparently they love to have these little PvE game modes and love to have these stories in their game. Maybe they can just have a mission just full with just Mei with defending maybe Equal Point to Antarctica. You can find out what happened with her friends, or maybe you can even find out more about Junkrat's and Roadhog's lore story based on these campaign events or missions that's happening every single month. I think that would be really dope and really cool to have, because one, the Overwatch story is an amazing story, but I feel like they don't really get to tell it that often because they're so focused on the game. Well, if they could just make more campaigns, I think that would just be an easy way to drive the story. I mean, if you just look at any game like Halo, I feel like is one of the greatest games that has the greatest story in the FPS world. Sure, lots of people like to argue maybe Gears of War or maybe Battlefield, whatever, but a lot of people know about the Halo story. At least that's one of my favorite stories in the FPS genre, and I think the reason why that game is so great is because of the campaign. I mean, I brag about Halo 3 and it being so awesome, but I feel like the reason why it's so awesome is, one, because of the freaking multiplayer, but also because of the campaign story. What Overwatch is lacking is like this story that a lot of people can just attach to, because half the heroes in the game really don't have this in-game told story. I mean, sure, you know about Ana and her missing eye, sure you do know about Orisa and how she came about, but a lot of these heroes that you really don't know too much about. Sure, you do know a little bit about Junkrat and Roadhog and how they kind of just EMP'd the whole entire Omnic race in the jungles of Australia, but what if they were to have a mission? What if they were to have just their dedicated campaign that would stay permanently in this? Maybe they can just build upon, not make a totally brand new campaign, but just add mission after mission after mission. I think they did something like this with the Walking Dead, where they had monthly missions that kind of just further foretold the in-game story. So I would like to see something like that, where they have maybe like the original Overwatch team, where you have Soldier 76, Ana, Reinhardt, and let's just say like Winston or something, and you have to go in and just complete this full mission, and then you have to wait another month, and then you get another in-game campaign mission with maybe like Roadhog and Junkrat, and you go and destroy the Omnics, and then it just ties in together. And then the next one is Mei, and then the next one is Ana and Farah, and something like that. Just something like that I think would really add a different spice into Overwatch that's kind of missing, because Overwatch, the main focus about Overwatch is the hero like selection, is the hero diversity, and a lot of people can't connect with them, but half the heroes you just cannot connect with them. I think this is a good way to, one, build a story with Overwatch, two, add a different game style, because with Overwatch it's mainly just go in, kill each other, and then get out of there, or go in, move the payload, kill each other, and get out of there, go in, cry about your competitive rank, and then get out of there. At least with here, you can either build a team of 4, go and complete a mission, or maybe it's just straight up solo. Maybe you're just Soldier, maybe you're just Mei, Junkrat, or whatever. You go in, complete the mission, and then you finish. I think that would add a different variety to Overwatch that's kind of missing, but again, Overwatch is a great game, adding a campaign, again, it's a very small team. Overwatch isn't like Activision. Overwatch isn't like the World of Warcraft team where they have hundreds upon hundreds. I think the Overwatch team is only literally 100 people in the game, and that would take a lot of man hours, a lot of animation and stuff, so it would take a lot of time when their main priority is the multiplayer. So again, it's just an idea, and from this GameSpot's interview, it just kind of spiced up this idea in my head that I want to make a video and just bounce this idea off you guys. Would you like to see a full timeline campaign like we've seen in Halo, or would you like to see something like my idea that's kind of a mixture of the PvE event game modes that they have, but make it monthly, where they have a certain amount of heroes or just one certain hero? You find out about their story and you can connect with them even more. Plus, you can even practice with those heroes that you don't normally do. I mean, I don't normally play Reinhardt, but if they were to have a mission that focuses just with Reinhardt, then maybe I can learn him in the campaign and then soon enough play him in the multiplayer. I think that would be really dope, and it would just make everybody happy. But again, there are some people that really don't care for a campaign. I mean, I can see the reason why, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts. So love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come real quick. I have 2 special videos coming out tomorrow. My 900th and 99th video, and then soon enough my 1000th video. So hopefully I get all those edited and get it out to you guys. I'm really excited. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys came out and supported those videos, because I'm going to spend a lot of time and effort into editing those. I have something planned special for those 2 videos, so come out and support it. So love you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and bye. Also, to all you Hanzo mains out there, I still love you, my guys.